Good evening, everybody. This is your Commander Starfleet. I am joined tonight with Admiral Kimberly Donahue, USS Yorktown, Colonel Renee Bandalda, USS Firebird, and Major Russell Camp out of the Vice Chief of Communications Office. So we're going to discuss a very upsetting subject or heated subject for a lot of you guys is the GDPR. So I'm going to give time, see if anybody else comes in here. We're at 10 now. GDPR, let me put this up here so everybody can see. GDPR. Oh, hang on. Come on now. All right. So basically, guys, everybody's upset about the GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation. Okay. This is not something I wanted that I come out with. This has been broadcasted. God, how long is it? Mike did it for almost 2 years, didn't he? Talk about the GDPR. So this has been going on for 2 years before my administration.
Okay, yeah, I mean, they went live in 2018. So
yeah. So it was 2 years that they had started talking about GDPR. It took them 2 years to really do nothing. And it took me coming into office to get get the test going, get this. And guys, we don't have a choice. Do you all know this? I mean, I know a lot of you are upset because you said that you voted for me to come on to change and all this stuff. I understand that. But at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for the corporation, not just the fan part of it. And if we were to get a violation and lawsuit, there will be no Starfleet. There will be no SFMC. There will be no MACOs. There will be no medical. The organization will be gone and done with if we get a lawsuit for not being compliant. And one of the compliances is we have to have some type of test or information to educate the members. And that's what that is. It's not just GDPR. It's Starfleet Data Protection Policy. I mean, we don't have a choice, guys. This is something that for 2 years, the past administration was talking about, never implemented. I come into office in my first 6-7 months in, we're now implementing it. And I've got people throwing a psychotic fit because we're making you guys do this. You guys don't have a choice. If you want to continue to be COs, XOs, RC, EC members, you guys have got to take this test. I mean, it's not something that, and the test is not hard. You can take both tests and be done within like 45 minutes, if that. I mean, it's an easy test.
Open book.
You know, for
yes,
2 years,
open book.
Yeah, it's open book. For 2 years that this has been discussed and it's not been implemented, we don't have a choice. People are bitching, well, this is a fan organization. Absolutely. But you have the fan organization and you have the corporation. At the end of the day is my duty is to the corporation. As the president and CEO of the corporation, I have to do what's best for the corporation itself. And if we get a lawsuit, the organization, the fan part of it will be done. I mean, there's nothing we can do. So everybody complaining about it, saying they not known about it, there's no way you guys did not know about this because it's been discussed for 2 years. I mean, Jason, how long do you remember them being talked about?
Since 2016, at least.
Yeah, I mean, and it's been discussed on Mike Garcia's past AMAs. It was discussed in past email string lists on Facebook. So this is not something that I'm just coming up with just to piss you guys off. We have got to get this done. It's not that hard. It's not that big of an issue. And everybody's completely going off the rail about it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, you have 90 days from Kim. What was last Monday? Was that the 20th?
Let's see. Yes, the 20th.
So you have 90 days from the 20th. It's not that hard. 45 minutes out of your life. I mean, most of you guys spend 2 or 3 hours on SFI Facebook page bashing other members. So instead of doing that, do something constructive and do a 45-minute test. 2 tests, 45 minutes, you're done.
Well, the first one's like 23 questions, and the second one's 20.
Yeah, it's not hard. Yeah. I mean, if you want to see a hard test, I took an Allison course for GDPR that was 6 hours. That's mild. I mean, some of these tests cost $3,000 and $4,000. It's like 2 weeks long.
Yeah. OC. Let's put it in context here. XOs and COs, they're complaining about doing this because they don't want it to have the time or whatever. This is 500 times easier than OCC. If you've passed OCC as a commanding officer or XO, which you should have been required to, there's no reason. Like it's ludicrously easy. The other thing to make mention of is people are saying, well, why should we in America or Canada or why should we have to comply with the the European Union's laws? Here's where it comes down to it. The United States has treaties with EU. EU laws can be tried in the United States. So if you break any of that information with someone in the EU and it got wind to the commissions over there, they would go after that said corporation or organization, in this case, Starfleet. The minimum fines on this stuff is not anything to scump at. It's not like a littering fine in your state of $20. We're talking €1 million per instance of data that was basically leaked. Let's say that's 12 members of a European Union, crew roster that gets left out somehow. That's €1 million each. Or let's say somebody leaked the entire Cucullin crew roster by accident because they linked something incorrectly from a database dump. There's 200 instances.
Hello to Miss Lords, my favorite nurse. Good evening. Hope your brother's okay.
And what it comes down to is the United States will honor their courts proceedings and their rulings. So they will force Starfleet, the International Fan Club, to pay said fines, which would mean liquidation of all assets in order to pay them.
And I can tell you that we're bonded. The CS is the bonded officer of the corporation, and we're not bonded at $1.169 million. Okay, we're not. I can just tell you that. But this is something that's had to be done. This is something that's needed to be done and should have been done in 2016 when it was first discussed. I'm not pushing blame. I don't know why it wasn't done. I don't care. My job is now as the the idiot that took office is I'm making sure that this is actually going through and being done. I'm working with the Admiralty Board. We're doing as best we can. But guys, this is going to be policy. This will be in the membership handbook. You do not have a choice.
Yes.
OTS, OCC, Starfleet Data Protection. I mean, I've had some people take it, send me a message and say, hey, you know what? This was very informative because I found stuff that was wrong with our regional website, and they went and changed it. What if someone sends post calls to all CLs by pulling data from the database for, say, an election? That's a GDPR violation. That is a big no-no. Yep. That's the same thing that got done with an election not too long ago.
And I agree with Tricia.
And it's questions like that Mike have, which are pertinent, 100% valid questions that are answered when you take these two courses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the courses are easy, guys. I promise you. Mm-hmm. Our corporate security officer, Tony Knox, he had a hand in it. And the ECs looked it over. I mean, the test is not hard. If you passed OCC, ain't no reason why you can't pass this.
And the reason why the test is not hard is because the subject is
you have to think about.
Yeah, there's like one or two that you really have to scratch your head on, but it's still not hard.
Right.
But it's fairly easy. I mean,
the rest of them
I did it in 45 minutes. So
yeah, your job as the CO is to protect your members. Yep. So wouldn't you want to take this test to protect their members' privacy rights?
Of course I do. So
I mean, I took an Allison course, 6 hours. I'm taking the Starfleet stuff because it actually tells you what GDPR is and what you can and can't do in Starfleet. It helps with the stuff that we actually have to be involved in.
Plus, we don't have that many requirements. I mean, we've only had really 2 tests that we've had to take. Now it's a 3rd. It's not a big deal. It's not.
Yeah. And the thing is like I was. Go ahead.
I guess we'll just leave Star.
Go ahead.
Okay. I had one earlier that said, "Well, I guess we'll do Starfleet," and my response to that was, "That's perfectly your choice. I hope I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors wherever your ship may land, but it ain't here."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guys, we don't. This, I can't stress this enough. If we get a lawsuit, we have to liquidate the entire organization, everything, and that probably still won't cover shit. Because if you looked at our bank account,
Yeah, we've already taken enough hits lately, so we can't sustain another.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like our budget, we are for what we have to operate the organization on. We are still $10,000 in the hole, and I've gotten rid of everything humanly possible that we could actually get rid of and still operate the organization. So I'm telling you, we can't afford a lawsuit. And everybody that's sending me messages and telling me that I voted for you to change this, well, that's great. That's all great and dandy, but I still, at the end of the day, I am a member of the board, and I answer to the board, and I have to protect the corporation. If you don't want to do the test, you won't hold an office. If you're a CO, you'll be removed as the chapter CO. I mean, I can't stress this. It's not something we want to do, guys. We don't have a choice.
Plus, Steve, I don't think you have control of European law.
No, God, I wish. I wish.
Unfortunately, that's not part of your powers.
No, exactly. But
it's got to be done. We just have to comply. You bite the bullet, take the test. We don't have that many requirements in fleet. This is just one additional one that we need to do. I've been in fleet since 1982. I've seen things come and change, and this is a change. And, sometimes we don't like change, but come on, it's not that difficult.
So here's one thing because the people that are complaining are not international members. It's the U.S., it's the domestic members.
Yeah, because we've been spoiled, yeah.
Well, then guess what, boys and girls? Here's your eye twister. California and Colorado are generating their own general data protection rules. And once those come into implementation, we have to look at them and see how they affect Starfleet. And guess what? You got to do those too.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
I know California's.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I know California's. Go ahead.
I can tell you theirs would be stupid.
California's is almost a carbon copy of the EU's. They just changed where it says European Union and put California. The Colorado one, on the other hand, is leaps and bounds more restrictive. It gives people a lot more rights over their data, and that's what really the data protection is you as a person are in control of the information in which an organization has. So one of the things that you as a member can do now that we have we're following these restrictions is if you want to leave the organization entirely, you can leave and have everything wiped, have all your information pulled out of the database, as if you had never been in it.
We will delete your shit faster than nothing.
Yes. And the same thing, if you want access to that information, like, hey, I really would like to know what all is in the database for me, because there might be information that is available that you don't have available to you via the database. Old data dumps or whatever, and they can look that up, and we can get you that information. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a two-way street. It's not just we have to follow it because we have to keep everybody's data closed. It's also we're acting more responsibly and being able to give you your information when you request it.
Oh, my other buddy's coming on. My good friend from California. We always look forward to hearing from you. Everybody, welcome David Nottage. Of course, welcome Jace Williams, R1, and Bob Bossler from 8.
Hey, Hey, guys,
Region
I'm going to drop off. I'll be right back.
Okay. That was quick.
Is the sun
Bob-
still up there?
Bob's Region 7.
Region 7, sorry.
The Seventh Fleet.
Seventh Fleet. But like Sarah Rosensweig put, it is your job as captains and XOs to protect your members, and that includes their privacy rights. My job as the CS is to protect all your guys' privacy rights. And that's what we're doing. And people are just going psycho about it.
Donna, the CQs, the old copies are only available if you have direct access to the database. So those are
Yes,
only
you have to have
accessible to
direct
members. So that is compliant.
So yes,
Way to
John,
go,
that is-
Tricia.
that's true, John. Other organizations have the same, not this exact same test, but they are having to do this same crap too. International Federation of Trekkers, I know they are. I know CAC has to. TRMN has to. I mean, if they have if they're incorporated and they're operating members overseas, they have to do this. And I mean, it's not a choice, guys. I don't know. I can't stress this enough, but the people that are complaining the most are their international members. Or excuse me, it's the domestic
Americans. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting tired. Sorry, it's been a long week. It's easy, guys. Take the time out. 45-minute test, an hour tops usually. I mean, and here's the thing: if you guys have a problem with this test, let me explain to you how this works. Stop screaming and cussing at the person that's actually offering the test. Don't go scream and cuss at Jill Rayburn. Don't scream and cuss at the academy staff. If you have a problem, you come scream and cuss at me. We'll have a discussion, and if you want to part ways, you can part ways. But they are doing exactly what the executive committee and the Admiralty board is wanting done. Okay, they are following orders. It has to be done. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So stop screaming at the staff because it's not their fault. They're implementing the test that was required. End of story.
Plus, what better of a time to have to do this than the middle of a pandemic? We've got time on our hands.
Exactly. We have
I mean,
nothing to do.
We're doing
So-
virtual stuff anyway. This is one more
Exactly.
extension to it.
Exactly.
Hang on.
We can't do live things, unfortunately. So,
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not. God. Kim, how long did it take you to do it?
25 minutes and 20 minutes. But I got up and took a break in between. I mean, one question is 20. First test is 23 questions. The second test is 20. It's an open book. It's easy. And most of the questions, the answer was next in the document. You know, you just had to go through the document and read it.
Exactly.
Jim
Probably
Landelis,
paste and cut, you know,
Jim Landelis from Region 12.
copy and
The
paste.
deadline is 90 days from July 20th when the course was implemented.
Steve, I have an answer for Donna's question as well.
So go ahead.
Let's see.
No.
This question down here, yes, but what if somebody wants their info removed from them? And she's meaning past issues of the communique. Based on the GDPR and the data deletion obligations, we are only obligated to delete information or our PII for individuals in the system that have not been publicly published already. So it would be stuff in the database, your address, your email address, stuff like that. If it is in a past publication, it's not in our, it's basically not our obligation to delete that. We can try to make some sort of compromise to remove it if it needs to be removed. But generally speaking, in the old CQs, all you're going to see is your name, which your name in of itself is not considered protected PII. If it had like your physical address with it or a phone number or something like that, then yes, we could go in there and redact that information.
So do we have?
And like David said, they're multiple choice, and John said they're some are common sense. It's true. Only 2 questions that I have to go, wait a minute, because it was kind of tricky. I don't understand what all the fuss is about.
Can I say something?
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's late. I couldn't resist.
All right. Like I typed on my. Oh, I mean, I don't know if I'm repeating or not. Anyway, when I was in the United States Army, I had to do things that I didn't disagree. I disagreed with, but you know what? I did it anyway because it was my damn job. The same thing goes for COs, XOs, whatever. This is, this is an order given down by not only the Commander Starfleet, it's also ordered by the Admiralty Board, the EB Board,
EC.
EC, thank you. Basically, they're saying that this is something we need to do. And you know what, like I said on my little comment earlier, let's be a good soldiers, get it the fuck done. And excuse me for using that language.
Hey, no, you know what? It's after 9 o'clock. It's all good.
Well, I mean, come on, it's common sense. You guys have been talking about this for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And you know what, like I don't know which one of you guys said about the you can't beat EU law. You can't beat law, period. The law goes on the books. You can't beat it. You could try beating it, but you'll be going in, And I'm sorry I'm a little ranting about this because, this little came up in the middle of my broadcast and it sort of, cut my broadcast short a little bit. But still, I mean, this is stupid. I mean, come on.
Elizabeth, now don't lie. I was the star of your broadcast. Once I left, everybody else left with me. It's okay.
Well, yeah, I'll go along with that. You and Kim were, probably the best stars on the Locked in the Ice so far.
No, I'm just background.
Now, don't be kissing ass because you're not getting a promotion, okay? Russell's already tried that.
That's weird. No, it was the other way around. I was trying to get you to stop promoting. That's what that was.
So, Adam J. Bernay was asking what happened. It is about the Starfleet data protection policy that has to be done. There's no ifs, ands, or ways about it, guys. Look, Donna even said, look, if Donna can do it, it can be done. Sorry, Donna, I love you. But you were there, so yeah.
There's one other little tidbit of knowledge I could give somebody taking the tests beforehand. Look at Starfleet's data protection regulation first before going into the test. That will help because there's like 5 or 6 questions that are directly pertaining to it in the first test, and it doesn't give you that link as a source in the beginning. So it kind of got me caught off guard, and then I had to go read it all.
Oh, and if you guys have done an outside source, I still 100,000% you need to do the one for Starfleet too, because it explains what you can and can't do with Starfleet or with the GDPR and SFI. It needs to be done.
And it's a good thing for you to read the manual thoroughly through, because that's what I did. That's one of the reasons why it took me a little bit longer, that and taking breaks. But, I wanted to read it through because I wanted to understand what was going on here. And I learned some good things out of it.
Me too.
And save your answers. Save your answers.
Yeah, save your answers. Well, I have it. I have mine saved in PDF form.
Yeah. Now, guys, I know you guys were asking. Somebody sent a message earlier asking, well, I've taken the test. It doesn't on there. It's not on the database. We cannot put grades in the database right now, but everything is being saved on an outside source. And once the new database is done, all that will be updated. It's just, you can't, the database just will not do it.
The Academy is putting everything into a Google Sheet. So your scores have been recorded. They are logged. Once the new database goes online, they will update that. In the meantime, what Jill and Starfleet Academy has recommended is download your certificates and basically make your CO inform that you have it if it pertains to something that you need, like OCS or OCS or OCC or this or something that's needed for a requirement.
Or do this. This is what I did. Download the tests, download the manual, and send it to the people, because I sent a copy to my XO to make sure he gets it. If you can do it that way, anybody, OIC, your Marine Strike Group, DOIC of your Mind Straight card. Send it to them that way if they cannot download it from the Moodle
And
themselves.
somebody that said they could not get access to Moodle.
Am I having bad sound?
No, you sound fine. But the people that said they can't get access to Moodle, that's not an excuse. Email Jill Rayburn and she'll send you the PDFs by email.
That's correct.
Yeah, she will do it by email.
Mm-hmm.
She will do it by email.
I had to create my account.
Now, Steve, maybe you
a
can
new
answer
account
that one.
today, so it'll
Which
probably come within the next 48 hours, I believe.
What was that question, Jason? I'm sorry.
Maybe you can answer this one. I've been fielding this whole GDPR thing all day. I've been getting from all sides, from different
Okay.
COs. One of them asked about sfi.org and where it shows the ship and the name of the CO and the email and all of that you don't have to sign in for.
Yeah.
How are we doing for that for GDPR compliance?
That is going to be changed. All that's going to be moved under the members section only. So what we'll do is we'll have two separate pages. We'll have the name of the chapters and say like the USS San Francisco. It'll have their name, the CO, and then their web address. But the emails and all that stuff will be put in the members only section once that gets done. So that's going to be taken off. All that will be removed and secured under the members section, which is in the process of being built right now.
You know, honestly, this is kind of stupid. I mean, everybody should be compliant on this thing because you've explained this for at least a month, Steve. You've explained that this was coming. Everybody should have actually, got their questions out of the way and pretty much said, okay, this is what I need to do. They should have taken the initiative to say, okay, I need to do this instead of coming around bitching like they are. Because, I have seen so many posts on the Starfleet members Facebook page about, why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do that? I think you explained it as well as you could on both not only AMAs but also the After Dark.
Yes.
I think you've done a good job. I don't like I said, I don't understand this shit.
Adam, this is in regards to protection of members' rights, privacy acts. The Starfleet Data Protection Policy that went into effect July 20th. And this was also discussed at the ECAB meeting at IC 2018. It was first brought up at 2016, needing to get done. We've actually got the website now, GDPR secured, because now we've got the security cert that we paid for. I know it because I authorized the payment on that, which was an arm and a leg. So, David, are you back now with us?
All right. Yay. Now I can hear you.
Okay. So
I'm on my high powered network now. Sorry guys. I apologize for coming and going.
Oh, it's fine.
I like to issue a challenge to every CO, XO, every chapter out there. If the USS Resolute can get ours done by the 15th of next month, can you guys beat us? Because we're going to get it done. I'm hoping to get it done by the 1st of the month. Because I know I already got my tests already in Jill's. Jill's going to grade them because I sent them to her via email on Tuesday. I challenge every chapter in this organization to get it done by the 15th.
Well, hey, Elizabeth, when you say every chapter, who are you talking about?
Who you're talking?
Every chapter in Starfleet International. Every chapter.
The challenge.
Well, basically, we as VRCs and RCs need to talk up and give it support and encourage our COs and XOs to, take it, accept it, explain it further if need be, and get them to, do it within the time slot that's accounted for. And if that beat your region, then Region 7 will certainly try and do that.
Bob, I agree with you, but, it comes down to the fact that, my God, this has been talked about for
2
freaking years.
I know. My region talked to people. I remember it because I was at those meetings.
And it's like,
Again,
oh my god,
again,
oh my god, the announcement's up. You know what? I did it. I'm done. My chapter's done. We did it.
Yeah. Again, gentlemen and ladies, I was in the United States Army, 14 years altogether, 3 years at regular Army, 11 years National Guard. And you believe me, I had to do things. I had to do a lot of things. And they gave me a set limit. They told me, you got to do this or you're not going to get promoted or you're not going to do this. I mean, this is simple. These tests are simple. I don't understand the bullshit about why they're complaining. Like, why do we have to do it because it only affects you? No, it affects the entire organization. The organization tells us we need to do it. We need to do it. End of story. And I'm sorry. I do apologize, Steve, for being a little.
Well, remember what Kirk told the daughter of Chancellor Gorkin. Unfortunately, people don't like change, but in this case, you've got to accept change.
Exactly.
And we've got to be the ones to support it on the regional level throughout the fleet and just explain. It's easy. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it has to happen. It's vital. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and it has been talked about for at least 2 years.
I look at it like this. If half the fleet does not hate me by my 7th month, I'm not doing something right. So here you go. Here's your chance, people.
This predates you, Steve. I mean, we have talked about this.
2016 is when I first heard about GDPR and what we were going to have to do. So my response is to the people that are bitching. You can either do it or you won't have a position.
And we're in a flipping pandemic.
That, when it comes down to it, I mean, I had somebody tell me the other day, well, I'm a CEO, you can't relieve me. No, I can't. I'll go to the Admiralty board and say, hey, time's up. He didn't do it. This is his response. The AB will relieve your ass. I'm done playing this game with you people. Okay? I don't know how much serious I can be about this.
Steve, it's not about replacing somebody. You have the ability to decommission anybody you so choose.
See, I find out more shit when David comes on.
And even if somebody replaces them, though, that person has to take the test too if they want to remain. If the chapter wants to remain in Starfleet,
they can't do their COs and XOs can't do their job.
Yeah,
unless
it's every
they have
member
access.
that has above a basic member package. So in the database, you have a basic member package. It's everybody above that. So. And don't think we're just picking on the COs and the XOs. So COs, XOs, Academy staff, BRCs, RCs, EC, Starfleet Marine Corps, MACOs, medical. Every single person that has any type of button that they have to touch that's extra that they're not supposed to have will have to do this. If you guys think I'm not kidding, come the 91st day, I will start deleting packages and you guys will be bumped down to basic member until it's done.
There you go. That's what I was just going to say, Steve. All you got to do is tell people that on this date, your access will be denied to basic membership status unless you pass the test.
Yeah.
So simple.
And COs that refuse to do it. Well, what I had one time, what if I can't do my MSR? Then you're failure to report.
Right.
Exactly.
That's not a problem. 45 minutes. You guys go on Facebook for 2 and 3 hours. And you attack another member of Starfleet because of their beliefs. You tear into somebody because of their beliefs. Stop being a coward. Take 45 minutes out of your time instead of attacking a person. Take 45 minutes and do the test.
Just because you think you're part of an organization that believes that in this day and age that infinite diversity actually means something. It's what we strive to be.
Everybody keep Larry French in your prayers. He was in an automobile accident in Chicago. Jeffrey, please send him my best.
Wow.
But, it's, guys, I can't stress this enough. People are bitch. Well, I voted for you. Well, let me explain how this works. I don't work.
Just because we voted for you to do it with no excuses.
Yeah, I am running. I have the corporation, the well-being of the corporation, not just the fan part. Yes, it is two kind of separate aspects if you really look at it. But my job is to make sure the fleet don't get tanked and get a lawsuit because of stupidity.
One feeds into the other. is the thing.
Exactly.
Without the organization, we have no fan
There's no fan
organization.
club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like Eric said, that's perfect. Any CO that does not take the Starfleet data protection is risking their chapter being dissolved and their membership being revoked.
Yep.
There you go.
Everybody should have downloaded the tests, the manual,
Thank you, Debbie.
the moment that it went live, no questions asked, did it as soon as they could, sent it out. They could have done it on Moodle because Sarah and Alex Rosenzweig did it on Moodle. I did it the old-fashioned way, but did it, sent the PDFs of the finished tests over to Jill. I'm just waiting for her to get them graded. But I mean, it's so simple. I don't understand why people are, bitching about it.
Taking the test. Wait. Let me just give you guys a little thing. You get the results when you hit submit.
Yes.
Well,
it's not about waiting for Jill.
Well, I downloaded
the PDF.
We understand that, Elizabeth.
Submit, okay.
It tells
David.
you.
Yeah, David. Well, some people are having access problems getting into Moodle, so they actually had to have the class emailed. Like me, I can't get into Moodle because it says my username is wrong, so I have to get my stuff emailed directly to Jill, and Jill will grade it. So yeah, we'll have that.
I got a message that said that it had to be confirmed, and it might take 48 hours.
Yeah.
Is that still a problem, or will I get it within 48 hours?
When I
wanted to do it today.
When I finally passed them, my certificate, but all I had to do was refresh, and my certificate was there, and I got an absolute wonderful note from Jill saying thank you. It was automated, but I still appreciated it, and it was right there. And to be honest with you, I passed the first one right off the bat, no problem. I failed the second one, and I waited my 24 hours, which drove me nuts the whole time, and I passed the second one with honors. It's not that difficult.
No.
Yeah. To the question that was up there. To the question that was up there saying how many times can you take it, it is an academy course, so it is just like any academy course. So if you fail it, you have to wait 24 hours, and then you can attempt it again.
Yeah, and I did. The next morning, but the fun one is that people are going to have to realize, and you're going to have to go. The shit's going to go through all over again. Pardon my language if I offended anybody, but you know what? It's got to be done again.
Thanks, Mary. I saw the.
Well,
again.
Yeah, and so guys, remember.
Screw you, Ryan.
No, we need to get a cookie.
So, as of today's date, there's 378 completed in the Google Sheets that I can view. 378 confirmed, done, passing. Still 79 more to be graded.
Wow. Yeah. Nice.
So, guys, I mean, people are doing it, but I mean,
the people complaining about this are in the grandstanding minority, and if you're in the minority, there's probably a reason for that. Just going to put that out there. If you're complaining about it, you're in the minority.
I agree.
Come on.
And those are good numbers from last Monday. I'm not complaining. That she said that she's never had a course take off that quickly. And now that I'm telling people you have 90 days, I mean, people are jumping extremely quickly. But still,
by the way, Steve, I'm just going to throw you under the bus right here. We're the AB's waiting for you to confirm the vote.
I don't get emails unless I physically log in and look. It doesn't even come up.
Because I think you got everybody voted already.
I mean, officially, he doesn't return to the office till Wednesday morning, I believe.
That is true. Thank you. That is technically
true. Well,
that is true.
Well, then that means you turned over powers to the next one down the line. And
do you really want James Herring in charge? I'm just saying.
Hey, you got to give him some authority sometime.
We do. I let him destroy Starfleet Marine Corps, and I come in and fix it. It's all good.
By the way, why are we on this SteamYard thing?
Why not?
I don't know.
Because this is where everybody comes to rant and cuss at me, and this is where we have our discussion.
Oh, okay.
I
Sounds
don't.
good.
Oh, I guess I do. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Donna, I believe,
Yep.
if I recall from what I've been told, is it's the responsibility of the RCs to confirm their captains to confirm their XOs, and the chiefs of the offices to confirm their staffs, and basically up the chain, just like you would expect.
So,
as far as to verify compliance.
As a response to that, hold on a second. Russell.
Yeah.
Hi, Russell. One of the things that I requested from Steve today is that those that pass the numbers by region, by area, get printed in Linda Olson's membership report. And at the same time, that the regionals need to be, we have to have the academy communicate to the RCs so that we can follow up. We don't know who's taken and who's not.
Right.
So, we have to have that communication, and that's got to come from Steve and his minions.
Well,
I'm putting it on my MSR.
I was going to tell you that. I contacted them and I got access. They're not by regions. They're just in there as grades of what passing the date.
Oh, gee, that means that somebody actually has to look people up and figure that out. Oh,
probably. Yeah, I know. Damn, Kim, I got a job for you.
What? I mean,
maybe in Moodle there should be some a pull down that says what region are you in, so that you guys can sort it.
Yeah, speaking of that makes sense because when you do them by PDF, you have to put down all that information, if I recall.
So Moodle should be able to track if somebody gives the information, because Moodle, all these databases are only as smart as the people that input it.
I agree. Tiffany says I need more executive powers. This is bullshit. I don't need no more power because I don't want people to complain that I'm on a power trip.
She's just saying you need to use your power, I think. Use executive power.
Yes, exactly.
Unfortunately, the CES doesn't have executive power.
Yeah, I don't have shit. You guys think I'm joking. I'm basically the glorified poster child. I go to the AB. Please do this.
I'm just waiting for him to throw the diaper at us.
You can put it on your MSR that you and your XO took the test.
That means, Kimberly, that means that somebody actually has to put that in MSR.
Oh, well, my MSR is
they actually have to submit the MSR first.
Unless it properly shows up in the database as an academy course that somebody has taken that course, which happens about 50% of the time. Yes, as an RC, when we look at the RSRs, it'll tell us, and it'll tell us what academy courses were taken. But again,
not now.
Not now. But we should be able to see that information. If Moodle would just put R4 and they can do an export, all they have to do is an export.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Use the tools. Use the tools. Automate.
Well, yes, but until then,
until then, the academy's going to have to process the information.
Oh, they about had a heart attack when I told them I need that listed by regions. They're like, when do you need this done? I'm like, tomorrow. You should have seen some of the comments I was getting, David. I thought it was my mom and dad talking to me for a minute. I started typing. I'm like, do you know who the fuck you're talking to? But I was like, no, wait, I'll stop. I'll delete that. I said, okay, thank you.
Well, this whole thing as we've gone through, as you've seen, is that, nobody knows how this plays out. Half the people didn't listen the first time, and so we create a tool, and maybe 24 hours is too much for some people.
Might be. So, is there any more intelligent questions about why we have GDPR? I don't need any stupid shit because tonight won't be the night.
Nope.
You needed it yesterday. I needed it a lot yesterday, Eric. Now I ain't gonna tell you, man. Let's see here. Anything else? Last call.
All right. Hey, guys, if you don't need anything else from me, I'm going to drop out.
Thank you, David, for coming on. Always a pleasure, sir.
See you, David.
Enjoy your
See you,
wine.
Thank you very much for sending the invite, by the way. I appreciate when you do that.
All right. You guys are always welcome. It's always a pleasure to have the RCs come on and throw my fat ass under the bus. So
Yeah, if you ever want to be on, just message me. I'll get you on.
Yeah.
Just actually message me and I'll be on.
I'll be contacting you too.
Okay. If there's no more stupid shit, why is David?
I'm sorry, Kimberly.
Damn.
Are you contacting me?
Damn,
or
Ryan.
Russell?
Yes, because I'm producing the Ask Me Anything.
She's one of my producers.
Look at that.
What?
I'm laughing at Ryan. Is there no more stupid shit? Why is David still here?
So, guys, it's easy. Please take the 45 minutes, an hour, whatever. Get the test done. Let's move on. Let's have track. Let's just have fun.
And
Hey, Edward, if you're listening to this, this is not the appropriate place for that. And it's been said, and go look at the members only page. The Zoom link will come out just before.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, anybody wants to contact me, please do. And I'm always here for everybody.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Later.
John, your question is that
He did that on purpose.
the database is coming up. It's being done. They've got new people working on it, and I was told that it's moving a little faster, but it's still not an estimated thing. So, other than that, I do appreciate everybody coming on and coming on discussing this. This has been a heated subject. Hopefully, it's been a informationer for some people,
a bitch session for others,
a bitch session for others, and a spanking for the people that don't want to listen.
Amen to that, brother.
Have a great night, guys.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
Later.
Bye.
night.
Good night.